Hello, everybody. What is this? Hello, everybody. Don't leave.
New logo coming down. Green Shirt Games.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Green Shirt Games. Today we're talking about Nintendo and how they're going to do this console war. This is Andy. I'm Tommy. That's Tyler, and that's Rich.
And I'm Andy.
My personal opinion on it is it's all gonna level out the same way it did. Like everyone was like, oh, Xbox won this past generation, or the Wii won this past generation. The Wii had over 100 million units sold. Xbox, everybody was like, oh, the Xbox is in the lead. They both ended at like 80 million units.
The Wii and the Xbox?
No, the Xbox and the PS3. Wii was way ahead with like 100 million. Something like that. But that's because it got all those casual gamers and motion controls. But
I wonder if is it still getting that audience, this console?
The Wii U?
Yeah.
No.
It's not?
No. That's why its sales are so poopy.
Because before everyone's like, motion capture.
Well, the PS4 has been out for... The PS4 has been out for like...
2 months?
7 or 8 weeks, and it's already outsold the Wii U.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's not good for Nintendo.
Yeah.
And like,
and
man.
Xbox One isn't very far behind.
Arguably, I mean, that's not really arguably. The problem with Nintendo, and they've said it themselves, is like they have no software out. They have nothing worth getting. They have like a couple Mario games.
It's more than that, though. It's their branding company. Like, oh, we got the 3DS, now we have the 2DS. That's just going to confuse people. And then to move from the Wii to the Wii U.
It's one word.
and to move from the Wii to the Wii U, it isn't a big enough name change. Like, I know a lot of people that think the Wii U is still the Wii.
Really?
Yeah, they don't realize that it's the next.
That's interesting because while their market is casual, their branding is not for casual people.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
They're traditionally like a generation behind.
Yeah.
Right now. And they have like a year to do, so they own the market for a year, but they have no games. So it's like, well...
What they should do is next time they release a console, listen, Nintendo, next time they release a console, like, plan to have like one mega hit title like Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. Yeah, honestly, like either of those those are console sellers.
Oh well, the new Super Mario Bros. U is supposed to be its big console mover.
See,
Like that.
I played that.
Wait.
It was like I might as well just be playing. It's an HD, which is good, but I might as well just be playing any of the 7 other ones they've made.
And like
Don't forget the Luigi game.
That was expansion for new Super Mario
I
Bros.
thought it was a whole separate game.
No, it was expansion.
New Luigi U was like the first DLC Nintendo ever released or whatever, and it's
Nailed it.
they haven't had like a new first party title in...
They came out with 3D Land, which actually didn't...
3D World.
World Land, which actually
World
didn't...
But
Land.
I guess like Pikmin is like the last
Yeah.
thing. That was a GameCube.
Yeah, that's,
So,
I feel like Pikmin's like a really good game, but I
Yeah.
feel like it doesn't really have a giant audience, you know?
No.
I want to see them. I think it might not boost sales. It might. I don't know. I want to see the F-Zero franchise revived.
You know why?
F-Zero
'Cause
and
HD.
Metroid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
It's basically just a super fast version of Mario Kart without any weapons. It's just awesome racing on these crazy courses, and I think that could move some consoles. It could help them.
I think
that definitely would
Better than
be a big
Hyrule
seller.
Warriors.
Oh my god. The biggest thing about the Wii U is like the biggest jump is the fact that it did go to HD, which is like that's no small thing. Like if I'm thinking about playing old games, I'm much more apt to play them on Xbox than Wii U or than on the Wii because they look so much nicer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's,
I
that's
agree.
No small thing.
It's hard to go back.
Yeah, it really is.
They also need to bring back Metroid.
Yes. Although granted, I will admit Nintendo games do tend to age better because of their cartoony nature.
Yeah.
Oh shizzle.
And they need to bring Metroid back in a big way. Like, I don't want Prime again. I don't want another first person Metroid. I want old school like Super Metroid, like what they tried to do with Other M,
But didn't.
but failed with Other M. I think that could move consoles
oh my god.
if they got like they're both in Japan. If they teamed up with Square Enix, which Crystal Dynamics isn't a Japanese company, but they did really great with the Tomb Raider reboot. And if they put her in a suit and change some of the assets, it could essentially be a Metroid game.
Yeah.
And that's what they should do. Nintendo should call up Squaresoft and say, hey, if you want to move, if we need to move consoles, let's team up, get a hold of your Crystal Dynamics company, and make us a new Metroid.
Yeah.
That would move consoles.
I think those big titles. One of the pitfalls I think Nintendo's been doing is, there's a certain, like, the casual gamers, but then the games like Metroid that aren't as much for casual gamers, like they can be, but they're more for people who remember those series. It's like they take the controls and just hyper simplify them.
Yeah.
It's like, remember the other M, I never played it, but you could play it, like, it was supposed to be played like on the sideways.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like you have, like, all these years of, like, control innovations, and you're like, let's just go back to 3 buttons.
Yeah, it's they're trying to dumb down the games that they know are for the hardcore gamer because they know they've attracted that casual gamer. So they're like, we want this new audience to play our old games that our hardcore gamers are going to like, and then everybody will like them, but they don't realize that they're abandoning the hardcore gamer in the process. And that's kind of, in my opinion, their strategy for the Wii is why the Wii U is doing so bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel
because
like it worked for the Wii, but it's not going to work for this one.
Not even that, but just the way they abandoned the hardcore gamer. No, I don't want to say abandoned, but they kind of did.
Yeah.
On the Wii, made it so none of us wanted to buy a Wii U right away.
Right.
Which, I mean, you do have one, but
I only got it, like, I bought it on a whim, and it was kind of just because I knew, like, Pikmin's coming out, and I know Smash Bros. Will be out. Which, like, I feel like when Smash Bros. Comes out, the consoles will move.
Yeah, and that's when I'm getting one. Smash Bros, Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
That's when those come out. That's when I'm getting a Wii U.
Those are arguably, even though the Wii U doesn't, the Nintendo doesn't typically do as well early on. Those are arguably, like, the most powerful titles maybe out there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, other than, like, Halo and Call of Duty.
Any first-party game by Nintendo, it doesn't ever go down in price. I don't know if you've noticed that, but, like, Mario Kart for Wii is, I mean, before the Wii U came out, towards the end of the system life, it was still $60.
Really?
It was still full price. So is the newest Mario Party. So is Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
It never went down in price because those games constantly sell.
Yeah, and they're really never bad.
And to be fair, like, Nintendo is realistically not going to be able to compete with Sony and Microsoft in the Power War. Like, they have to create their own niche. I just think they could do it a little better.
Because they can't take the risks that...
Well, they don't have the money for R&D.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They can't...
resources.
I didn't mean risk as far as, like, public risk, but the risk in,
like the board game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like the risk in getting better software and more powerful units because they're not Microsoft, they're not Sony, they aren't selling TVs and computers and Windows 8 and all those other things that are bringing in money that they can put then into their gaming assets. They don't have that.
Yeah, but I feel like Nintendo, as I said, before we were almost outroing, the handheld, I think, will always be strong because, like, the Pokemon are just, like, those are console movers in itself.
Yeah.
You and me, for example, bought a 2DS because of the new Pokemon games.
Yeah. I really want Zelda too. A Link Between Worlds.
That's good.
But that's their thing is that.
I mean, which one did you get with it though?
Yeah. I bought it. Pretty much. I don't think I would have bought one had Pokemon not come out. As much as I want Zelda.
I think that was a smart marketing device too by Nintendo, is the fact that they're like, here's the Pokemon games. Also, here's a $120 Pokemon machine you can buy.
To contradict my statement earlier, the marketing for the 2DS is terrible. That name is stupid. Yeah. The 2DS itself is great.
Have you've played one? They feel so good. Like,
yeah,
they look like they wouldn't, but I prefer that over the typical.
Yeah, they feel like a Game Boy.
Yeah.
They harken back to the days of your Game Boy Color when you were sitting there trying to sneak playing Pokemon in class onto your desk, and it's cool to hold something like that.
I never
and
did that.
The fact that they kind of look like toys. I don't know if anyone has ever seen it. They look like cheap little toys, but when you actually get your hands on one, it feels very sturdy and very well made.
They look like the old handheld Tiger game systems. Remember those?
Yeah.
They're a little higher quality.
Yeah,
more than
and
7
pretty bland,
LCD.
but good.
What was I gonna say? And the thing about the 3D, I've used it before, but I would never. If I had a 3DS, I would use it like almost never. Anymore.
Yeah.
It's not really a factor.
But I don't know. I think the Vita, even though it's been out for a while, could eventually come back and fight the 3DS because of their push on remote play with the PS4 and how you can play any PS4 game on your PS Vita.
Even so, with all the graphics increase and the power increase, ideally, if you're in your house anyway, do you really want to play on a little screen?
Well,
it's for on the go.
Yeah, it's for the same.
Can you stream anywhere?
Not yet, but they said that it is going to be eventually
that's
possible.
a big factor.
And there are some games that do that though, like All Stars. You could get
that
both.
wasn't streaming though. The remote play is your PS4 is running everything and then streaming it as a video to your PS Vita.
Yeah.
And so you're controlling everything on your Vita, but it's streaming to that. And I think that could hurt the 3DS, but I don't think it's going to knock it out of first place.
I think 3DS. I don't think anyone's ever been able to really compete with Nintendo handheld. Because even if Nintendo does stop making mega consoles, big consoles, they're not their handheld systems will be there forever. That's not going to go away.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
Their market. They might just shrink their company and just do that even.
That would be cool. If they made third-party games for the consoles and then their own handhelds.
I would love. See, that's the thing. I love Nintendo. If anything, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. But I would love to see Smash Brothers with all the power of a PS4.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome.
It'd be gorgeous.
Yeah, So, any last thoughts? We have about a minute left.
Nintendo in this generation, I think they could fall off the map, but I think their first-party titles are going to save them. I think Zelda.
Same old.
It's
same old.
Well, I mean, last generation, the casual gamer saved them. That's how they sold 100 million units. But I don't think they have that this generation.
No,
so it's really going to be their first-party titles that have to move the consoles and save them, or by next generation they could be.
Yeah.
We're already talking next gen, beyond the next gen that just came out. But
the Wii price point though was really smart because it was just cheap enough where a lot of the people who already had their main console, we'll call it, also would just be I'll get one of these too to play these games. Or, and the Wii is also a really good just party system.
That is true. Yeah, have you guys played the Wii U?
Gamepad?
Nintendo Land games?
No.
They're actually pretty fun. You can play 5-player. They're a good time. We should play sometime, guys. Look, we just made plans right on camera.
Yay!
Yay!
Next video.
Okay.
all right, we're going to go do that now.
Bye!
Thank you for watching. This is our thoughts on Nintendo. If you liked the video, feel free to like it. Subscribe if you want to see more of us. We'll be back weekly. We'll throw some stuff in the middle of the week. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Everybody wave. No, I said don't do that.
Logo coming down. Greet your game. It's a mental thing. It
Tyler.
doesn't have
Where's
anything to do with-
Wayne Knight? I'm gonna eat Wayne Knight.